Tramp of soldiers outside, knocking at door. Voice. Open in the name of the Emperor. Michael. Just betrayed us. This is your doing, spy. President. Come, Michael, come. We have no time to cut one another's throats while we have our own heads to save. Open in the name of the Emperor. Brothers, be masked, all of you. Michael, open the door. It is our only chance. Enter General Katemkin and soldiers. General. All honest citizens should be in their own houses an hour before midnight, and not before them. 5 people have a right to meet privately. Have you not noted the proclamation, fellows? Aye, you have spoiled every honest wall in Moscow with it. Peace, Michael, peace. Nay, sir, we know it not. We are a company of strolling players traveling from Samara to Moscow to amuse His Imperial Majesty the Tsar. But I heard loud voices before I entered. What was that? We were rehearsing our new tragedy. Your answers are too honest to be true. Come, let me see who you are. Take off those players' masks. By St. Nicholas, my beauty, if your face matches your figure, you must be a choice morsel. Come, I say, pretty one, I would sooner see your face than those of all the others. Oh, God, if he sees it in Vera, we're all lost. No coquetting, my girl. Come, unmask, I say, or I shall tell my guards to do it for you. Stand back, I say, General Katemkin. Who are you, fellow, that talk with such a tripping tongue to your betters? Alexis takes his mask off. His Imperial Highness the Tsarevich? Omnis. The Tsarevich, it is all over. I knew he was a spy. He will give us up to the soldiers. Michael to Vera. Why did you not let me kill him? Come, we must fight to the death for it. Peace, he will not betray us. A whim of mine, General. You know how my father keeps me from the world and imprisons me in the palace. I should really be bored to death if I could not get out at night in disguise sometimes and have some romantic adventure in town. I fell in with these honest folks a few hours ago. Actors are they, Prince? Aye, and very ambitious actors, too. They only care to play before kings. Faith, your highness, I was in hopes that I had made a good haul of Nihilists. Nihilists in Moscow, General? With you as head of the police? Impossible. So I always tell your Imperial father, but I heard at the council today that woman, Vera Saburov, the head of them, has been seen in this very city. The Emperor's face turned as white as the snow outside. I think I never saw such a terror in any man before. She is a dangerous woman, then, this Vera Saburov? The most dangerous in all Europe. Did you ever see her, General? Why, 5 years ago, when I was a plain colonel, I remember her, your highness, a common waiting girl in an inn. If I had known then what she was going to turn out, I would have flogged her to death on the roadside. She is not a woman at all. She is a sort of devil. For the last 18 months I have been hunting for her, and caught sight of her once last September outside Odessa. How did you let her go, General? I was by myself, and she shot one of my horses, just as I was gaining on her. If I see her again, I shan't miss my chance. The Emperor has put 20,000 rubles on her head. I hope you will get it, General, but meanwhile you are frightening these honest folk out of their wits, and disturbing the tragedy. Good night, General. Yes, but I should like to see their faces, your highness. No, General, you must not ask that. You know how these gypsies hate to be stared at. Yes, but your highness, General, these are my friends. That is enough. Good night, and General, not a word of my little adventure here, you understand. But shall we not see you back at the palace? The state ball is almost over, and you are expected. I shall be there, but I shall return alone. Remember, not a word. Oh, you're a pretty gypsy, eh, Prince? You're a pretty gypsy. Faith, I should like to see her before I go. She has such fine eyes through her mask. Well, good night, Your Highness. Good night. Good night, General. Exeunt General and the soldiers. Vera throwing off her mask. Saved! And by you! Alexis clasping her hand. Brothers, you trust me now? Exit. Tableau. Act drop. Act 2. Scene. Council chamber in the Emperor's palace, hung with yellow tapestry. Table with chair of state, set for the Tsar. Window behind, opening onto a balcony. As the scene progresses, the light outside gets darker. Present. Prince Paul Marilovsky, Prince Petrovich, Count Ruvalov, Baron Raff, Count Petuchov. Prince Petrovich. So our young scatterbrained Tsarevich has been forgiven at last, and it is to take his seat here again. Prince Paul. Yes, if that is not meant as an extra punishment, for my own part at least, I find these cabinet councils extremely tiring. Naturally, you are always speaking. No, I think it must be that I have to listen sometimes. It is so exhausting not to talk. Count Ruvalov. Still, anything is better than being kept in a sort of prison like he was, never allowed to go out into the world. My dear Count, for romantic young people like he is, the world always looks best at a distance, and a prison where one's allowed to order one's own dinner is not at all a bad place. Enter the Tsarevich. The courtiers rise. Ah, good afternoon, Prince. Your Highness is looking a little pale today. Tsarevich, slowly, after a pause. I want a change of air. Prince Paul, smiling. A most revolutionary sentiment. Your imperial father would highly disapprove of any reforms, even with the thermometer in Russia. My imperial father had kept me for 6 months in this dungeon of a palace. This morning has had me suddenly woke up to see some wretched nihilists hung. It sickened me, the bloody butchery, though it was a noble thing to see how well these men can die. When you are as old as I am, Prince, you will understand that there are a few things easier than to live badly and to die well. Easy to die well? A lesson experience cannot taught you, much as you know of a bad life. Experience, the name men give to their mistakes. I never commit any. No, crimes are more in your line. Prince Petrovich to the Tsarevich. The Emperor was a good deal agitated about your late appearance at the ball last night, Prince. I believe he thought the Nihilists had broken into the palace and carried you off. If they had, you would have missed the charming dance. And an excellent supper. Gringoire really excelled himself in his salad. Ah, you may laugh, Baron, but to cook a good salad is a much more difficult thing than cooking accounts. To make a good salad is to be a brilliant diplomatist. The problem is entirely the same in both cases. To know exactly how much oil one must put with one's vinegar. Baron Raff, a cook and a diplomatist. An excellent parallel. If I had a son who was a fool, I'd make him one or the other. I see your father did not hold the same opinion, Baron, but believe me, you are wrong to run down cookery. Culture depends on cookery. For myself, The only immortality I desire is to invent a new sauce. I have never had time enough to think seriously about it, but I feel it is in me. I feel it is in me. You have entirely missed your métier, Prince Paul. The cordon bleu of the kitchen would have suited you much better than the Grand Cross of Honor, but you know you could never have worn your white apron well. You would have soiled it too soon. Your hands are not clean enough. Prince Paul, bowing, you forget. Or how could they be? I manage your father's business. You mismanage my father's business, you mean? Evil geniuses of his life that you are. Before you came, there was some love left in him. It is you who have embittered his nature, poured into his ear the poison of treacherous counsel, made him hated by the whole people, made him what he is, a tyrant. The courtiers looked significantly at each other. I see your highness does want a change of air, but I have been an eldest son myself. Lights a cigarette. I know what it is when a father won't die to please one. The Tsarevich goes to the top of the stage and leans against the window, looking out. Prince Petrovitch to Baron Raff. Foolish boy, he will be sent into exile or worse if he is not careful. What a mistake it is to be sincere. The only folly you have never committed, Baron. One has only one head, you know, Prince. My dear Baron, your head is the last thing anyone would wish to take from you. Pulls out snuff box and offers it to Prince Petrovitch. Thanks, Prince, thanks. Very delicate, isn't it? I get it direct from Paris, but under this vulgar republic, everything has degenerated over there. Côtelette à l'impériale vanished, of course, with the Bonaparte, and omelette went out with the Orleanese. La belle France is entirely ruined, Prince, through bad morals and worse cookery. Enter the Marquis de Poivre. Ah, Marquis, I trust Madame la Marquise well. You ought to know better than I do, Prince Paul. You see more of her. Perhaps I see more in her, Marquis. Your wife is really a charming woman, so full of esprit, and so satirical too. She talks continually of you when we are together. His Majesty is a little late today, is he not? What has happened to you, my dear Petrovitch? You seem quite out of sorts. You haven't quarreled with your cook, I hope. What a tragedy that would be for you if you would lose all your friends. I fear I wouldn't be so fortunate as that. You forget I would still have my purse. But you are wrong for once. My chef and I are on excellent terms. Then your creditors or Mademoiselle Vera Sabuwoff have been writing to you? They compose more than half of my correspondence. But really, you needn't be alarmed. I find the most violent proclamations from the executive committee, as they call it, left all over my house. I never read them. They are so badly spelt as a rule. Wrong again, Prince. The Nihilists leave me alone for some reason or other. Prince Paul aside. True, indifference is the revenge the world takes on mediocrity. I am bored with life, Prince. Since the opera season ended, I have been a perpetual martyr to ennui. The maladie du siècle. You want a new excitement, Prince? Let me see. You have been married twice already. Suppose you try falling in love for once. I cannot understand your nature. If my nature had been Mais to suit your comprehension rather than my own requirement, I am afraid I would have made a very poor figure in the world. There seems to be nothing in life about which you would not jest. Ah, my dear Count, life is much too important a thing to ever talk seriously about it. Tsarevich, coming back from window. I don't think Prince Paul's nature is such a mystery. He would stab his best friend for the sake of writing an epigram on his tombstone. Parbleu! I would sooner lose my best friend than my worst enemy. To have friends, one need only be good-natured, but when a man has no enemy left, there must be something mean about him. If to have enemies is a measure of greatness, then you must be a colossus indeed, Prince. Yes, your Highness. I know I am the most hated man in Russia, except your father. Except your father, of course. He doesn't seem to like it much, by the way, but I do, I assure you. I love to drive through the streets and see how the rabble scowl at me from every corner. It makes me feel I am a power in Russia, one man against millions. Besides, I have no ambition to be a popular hero, to be crowned with laurel one year and pelted with stones the next. I prefer dying peaceably in my own bed. And after death? Heaven is a despotism. I shall be at home there. Do you ever think of the people and their rights? The people and their rights bore me. I am sick of both. In these modern days, to be vulgar, illiterate, common, and vicious seems to give a man a marvelous infinity of rights that his honest fathers never dreamed of. Believe me, Prince, in good democracy, every man should be an aristocrat. But these people in Russia who seek to thrust us out are no better than the animals in one's preserves and made to be shot at, most of them. If they are common, illiterate, vulgar, no better than the beasts of the field, who made them so? Enter aide de camp. Aide de camp. His Imperial Majesty the Emperor! Prince Paul looks at the Tsarevich and smiles. Enter the Tsar, surrounded by his guard. Sire! Tsar, nervous and frightened. Don't come too near me, my boy. Don't come too near me, I say. There is always something about an heir to a crown unwholesome to his father. Who is that man over there? I don't know him. What is he doing? Is he a conspirator? Have you searched him? Give him till tomorrow to confess, then hang him. Hang him! Sire, you are anticipating history. This is Count Petrokov, your new ambassador to Berlin. He has come to kiss hands on his appointment. To kiss my hand? There is some plot to it. He wants to poison me. There, kiss my son's hand. It will do quite as well. Prince Paul signs to Count Petuchov to leave the room. Exeunt Petuchov and the guards. Tsar sinks down into his chair. The courtiers remain silent. Prince Paul approaching. Sire, will your majesty? What do you startle me for like that? No, I won't. Watches the courtiers nervously. Why are you clattering your sword, sir? To Count Rouvaloff. Take it off. I shall have no man wear a sword in my presence. Looking at Tsarevich. Least of all my son. To Prince Paul. You are not angry with me, Prince. You won't desert me, will you? Say you won't desert me. What do you want? You could have anything. Anything. Sire, 'tis enough for me to have your confidence. Aside, I was afraid he was going to revenge himself and give me another decoration. Well, gentlemen, Sire, I have the honor to present you a loyal address from your subjects in the province of Archangel, expressing their horror at the last attempt on your Majesty's life. The last attempt but two, you ought to have said, Marquis. Don't you see it is dated 3 weeks back? They are good people in the province of Archangel. Honest, loyal people. They love me very much. Simple, loyal people. Give them a new saint, it costs nothing. Well, Alexis, how many traitors were hung this morning? There were 3 men strangled, sire. There should have been 3,000. I would to God that these people had but one neck that I might strangle them with one noose. Did they tell anything? Whom did they implicate? What did they confess? Nothing, sire. They should have been tortured then. Why weren't they tortured? Must I always be fighting in the dark? Am I never to know from what root these traitors spring? What root should there be of discontent among the people, but tyranny and injustice amongst their rulers? What did you say, boy? Tyranny? Tyranny? Am I a tyrant? I'm not. I love the people. I am their father. I'm called so in every official proclamation. Have a care, boy, have a care. You don't seem to be cured yet of your foolish tongue. Goes over to Prince Paul and puts his hand on his shoulder. Prince Paul, tell me, were there many people there this morning to see the Nihilists hung? Hanging is of course a good deal less of a novelty in Russia now, sire, than it was 3 or 4 years ago. And you know how easily the people get tired, even of their best amusement. But the square and the tops of the houses were really quite crowded, were they not, Prince? That's right. All loyal citizens should be there. It shows them what to look forward to. Did you arrest anyone in the crowd? Yes, sire, a woman for cursing your name. She was the mother of 2 of the criminals. She should have blushed me for having rid her of her children. Send her to prison. The prisons of Russia are too full already, sire. There is no room in them for any more victims. They don't die fast enough, then. You should put more of them into one cell at once. You don't keep them long enough in the mines. If you do, they're sure to die. But you're all too merciful. I'm too merciful myself. Send her to Siberia. She's sure to die on the way. Enter aide de camp. Who's that? Who's that? A letter for His Imperial Majesty. I won't open it. There may be something in it. It would be a very disappointing letter, sire, if there wasn't. Takes letter himself and reads it. Prince Petrovich to Count Rouvaloff. It must be some sad news. I know that smile too well. From the chief of police at Archangel, sire. The governor of the province was shot this morning by a woman as he was entering the courtyard of his own house. The assassin has been seized. I never trusted the people in Archangel. It's a nest of nihilists and conspirators. Take away their saints. They don't deserve them. Your Highness would punish them more severely by giving them an extra one. The 3 governors shot in 2 months. Smiles to himself. Sire, permit me to recommend your loyal subject, the Marquis de Poivrard, as the new governor of your province of Archangel. Sire, I am unfit for this post. Marquis, you are too modest. Believe me, there is no man in Russia I would sooner see governor of Archangel than myself, whispers to Tsar. Quite right, Prince Paul. You are always right. See that the Marquis's letters are made out at once. He can start tonight, sire. I shall really miss you very much, Marquis. I always liked your taste in wine and wives extremely. Start tonight, sire. Yes, Marquis, tonight. It is better to go at once. I shall see that Madame la Marquise is not too lonely while you are away, so you need not be alarmed for her. I should be more alarmed for myself. The governor of Archangel shot in his own courtyard by a woman. I'm not safe here. I'm not safe anywhere with that she-devil of the revolution, Vera Sabaroff, here in Moscow. Prince Paul, is that woman still here? They tell me she was at the Grand Duke's ball last night. I can hardly believe that, but she certainly had intended to leave for Novgorod today, sire. The police were watching every train for her, but for some reason or other she did not go. Some traitor must have warned her, but I shall catch her yet. A chase after a beautiful woman is always exciting. You must hunt her down with bloodhounds, and when she is taken I shall hew her limb from limb. I shall stretch her on the rack till her pale white body is twisted and curled like paper in the fire. Oh, we shall have another hunt immediately for her, sire. Prince Alexis will assist us, I am sure. You never require any assistance to ruin a woman, Prince Paul. Vera, the nihilist in Moscow. Oh God! Were it not better to die at once the dog's death they plot for me, than to live as I live now? Never to sleep, or if I do, to dream such horrid dreams that hell itself were peace when matched with them. To trust none but those I have bought, to buy none worth trusting, to see a traitor in every smile, poison in every dish, a dagger in every hand, to lie awake at night listening from hour to hour for the stealthy creeping of the murderer, for the laying of the damned mine. You are all spies, you are all spies, you, worst of all, you, my own son. Which of you is it who hides these bloody proclamations under my own pillow, or at the table where I sit? Which of ye is the Judas who betrays me? O God, methinks there was a time once, in our war with England, where nothing could make me afraid. I have ridden into the crimson heart of war, and borne back an eagle which those wild islanders had taken from us. Men said I was brave then. My father gave me the Iron Cross of Valor. Oh, could he see me now with this cow's livery ever in my cheek? I never knew any love when I was a boy. I was ruled by terror myself. How else should I rule now? But I will have revenge, I will have revenge. For every hour I have lain awake at night, waiting for the noose or the dagger. They shall pass years in Siberia, centuries in the mines. I, I shall have revenge. Father, have mercy on the people. Give them what they ask. And begin, sire, with your own head. They have a particular liking for that. The people, the people, a tiger which I have let loose on myself, but I will fight with it to the death. I am done with half measures. I shall crush these nihilists at a blow. There shall not be a man of them, no, nor a woman either, left alive in Russia. Am I emperor for nothing, that a woman shall hold me at bay? Vera Shabaroff shall be in my power. I swear it. Before a week is ended, though I burn my whole city to find her, she shall be flogged by the knout, stifled in the fortress, strangled in the square. Oh God, for 2 years her hands have been clutching at my throat. For 2 years she has made my life a hell, but I shall have revenge. Martial law, Prince. Martial law over the whole empire. That will give me revenge. A good measure, Prince, eh? A good measure. And an economical one too, sire. It will carry off your surplus population in 6 months and save you any expense. In courts of justice, they will not be needed now. Quite right. There are too many people in Russia, too much money spent on them, too much money on courts of justice. I'll shut them up. Sire, reflect before when you can have the proclamations ready, Prince Paul. They have been printed for the last 6 months, sire. I knew you would need them. That's good. That's very good. Let us begin at once. Prince, if every king in Europe had a minister like you, there would be less kings in Europe than there are. Tsar, in frightened whisper to Prince Paul, what does he mean? Do you trust him? His present hasn't cured him yet. Shall I banish him? Shall I? The Emperor Paul did it. The Empress Catherine there did it. Why shouldn't I? Your Majesty, there is no need for alarm. The Prince is a very ingenious man. He pretends to be devoted to the people and lives in a palace, preaches socialism, and draws a salary that would support the province. Someday he'll find out that the best cure for republicanism is the imperial crown, and will cut off the red cap of liberté to make decoration for his prime minister. You are right. If he really loved the people, he could not be my son. If he lived with the people for a fortnight, their bad dinner will soon cure him of his democracy. Shall we begin, sire? At once. Read the proclamation. Gentlemen, be seated. Alexis, Alexis, I say, come and hear it. It would be a good practice for you. You will be doing it yourself one day. I have heard too much of it already. Takes his seat at the table. Count Rouvaloff whispers to him. What are you whispering about there, Count Rouvaloff? I was giving His Royal Highness some good advice, Your Majesty. Count Rouvaloff is a typical spendthrift, sire. He is always giving away what he needs most. I think, sire, you will approve of this. Love of the people, father of his people, martial law, and the usual allusion to Providence in the last line. All it requires now is your Imperial Majesty's signature. Sire, I promise your Majesty to crush every nihilist in Russia in 6 months if you sign this proclamation. Every nihilist in Russia. Say that again. To crush every nihilist in Russia. To crush this woman, their leader, who makes war upon me in my own city. Prince Paul Marilovsky, I create you Marechal of the whole Russian Empire to help you to carry out martial law. Give me the proclamation. I will sign it at once. Here, sire. Stay, stay, I tell you, stay. The priests have taken heaven from the people, and you would take away the earth too. We have no time, Prince. Now, this boy will ruin everything. The pen, sire. What? Is it so small a thing to strangle a nation, to murder a kingdom, to wreck an empire? Who are we who dare lay this ban of terror on a people? Have we less vices than they have, that we bring them to the bar of judgment before us? What a communist the prince is! He would have an equal distribution of sin as well as of property. Warmed by the same sun, nurtured by the same air, fashioned of flesh and blood like to our own, wherein are they different to us? Save that they starve while we surfeit, that they toil while we idle, that they sicken while we poison, that they die while... How dare! I dare for all the people. But you would rob them of common rights of men. The people have no rights. Then they have great wrongs, father. They have won your battles for you, from the pine forests of the Baltic to the palms of India. They have ridden on victory's mighty wings. For as I am in years, I have seen wave after wave of living men sweep up the heights of battle to their death, aye, and snatch perilous conquest from the scales of war when the bloody crescent seemed to shake above our eagles. Those men are dead. What have I to do with them? Nothing. The dead are safe. You cannot harm them now. They sleep their last long sleep, some in Turkish waters, others by the wind-swept heights of Norway and the Dane. But these, the living, our brothers, what have you done for them? They asked you for bread. You gave them a stone. They sought for freedom. You scourged them with scorpions. You have sown the seeds of this revolution yourself. And are we not cutting down the harvest? Oh, my brothers! Better far that ye had died in the air and hail and screaming shell of hell, than to come back to such a doom as this. The beasts of the forest have their lairs, and the wild beasts their caverns, but the people of Russia, conquerors of the world, have nowhere to lay their heads. They have the headsman's block, the block. Aye, you have killed their souls at your pleasure. You would kill their bodies now. Insolent boy, have you forgotten who is Emperor of Russia? No, the people reign now by the grace of God. You should have been their shepherd. You have fled away like the hireling, and let the wolves in upon them. Take him away, Prince Paul. God hath given his people tongues to speak with. You would not cut them off, that they may be dumb as in their agony, silent in their torture, but he hath given them hands to smite with, and they shall smite, aye, from the sick and laboring womb of this unhappy land. Some revolution like a bloody child may raise up and slay you. Devil, assassin, why do you beard me thus to my face? Because I am a nihilist. The ministers start to their feet. There is a dead silence for a few minutes. A nihilist, a nihilist! Viper whom I have nurtured, traitor whom I have fondled, is this your bloody secret? Prince Paul Marlovsky, Marechal of the Russian Empire, arrest the Tsarevich. Arrest the Tsarevich! Arrest the Tsarevich! A nihilist! If you have sown with them, you shall reap with them. If you have talked with them, you shall rot with them. If you have lived with them you shall die. Die! A plague on all the sons, I say. There should be no more marriages in Russia when one can breed such serpents as you are. Arrest the Tsarevich, I say. Tsarevich, by order of the Emperor, I demand your sword. You will find it unstained by blood. Foolish boy, you are not made for a conspirator. You have now learned to hold your tongue. You have not learned to hold your tongue. Heroics are out of place in a palace.